Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, this is a bit of an interesting reading that I'm being guided to do right now. All day today, all I can think about is safety and intimacy, commitment issues, all of that, and sacred sexuality, and how those two might be playing out in the twin dynamic. So I'm probably going to break this into two videos, one for the divine masculines, one for the divine feminines. I haven't got any clear instructions yet on how this should play out, so let's just see what we get. So thank you, Divine Creator, for showing us what we need to know about where the divine masculines are at regarding, let's go for safety regarding intimacy. What are the main points of consideration that the divine masculines are currently experiencing regarding the cutting edge of intimacy? What level are they experiencing safety versus uncharted territory? What are the themes that are coming up for them? This is a process of growth. And so let's see where the divine masculines are as a collective along embodiment of true safety, which does imply stability and grounding and competency. So let's see where they're at now, emotionally, mentally, and physically. And then let's pull some cards of forward motion to see what will be coming up on the next step of that process. Okay, so emotionally, we get Four of Wands. Emotionally, that's the Union card, everybody. So emotionally, they know themselves really well. I'm going to pull clarifiers, but that's an incredible card to find on the emotional level. That's alignment, that's foundation. It is only a 4, but it's still the Union card. Let's see, mentally. Oh, separation in the reverse. This is seeing beneath the 5D. These are pentacles, so this is the physical realm. And when we get it in the reverse, this is my card of 5D, understanding of energetics. So they have been exploring, consciously exploring the energetic connection regarding motives, intentions. Very masterful energy so far. And in the physical realm, 10 of Swords. We've seen this like crazy lately. Yesterday's reading had this existential rock bottom. So in the physical, they're really going through it. But emotionally, they are, I just heard clinging to true foundations. I don't get that that's a bad clinging. It's a more of a coming up out of this pit. Wow, there's someone drowning in the water here. So it's like grabbing onto shore, clinging that way to truth, to stability, to emotional grounding. Consciously, really looking at, I'm hearing an old movie title, The River Runs Through It. They're looking at the river of intention that runs through the 3D and the things built on authentic intention and still differentiating between authentic and faulty foundation, but really becoming more consciously aware of what is worthy of investing in, what will produce fruit, and I just heard what fruit they're in the mood to eat. So I think karma has had its way with the divine masculines, and there is a lackluster with those more death-aligned energies, dead ends, things that do not promote growth, stale, keeping small, settling energy. Divine masculines are realizing, we saw that, I'm getting this nudge, that there has been for most of this year, there's been a little bit of a deep dive into a more intricate exploration. So a lot of masculines have unhooked from karmic situations late last year, early this year, and then went into a free-for-all energy. But even that renegade energy does not produce growth. And that's what we're seeing. So many masculines coming through the rebellion, the rebound relationships, such a theme right now, where the novelty is wearing off, where the midlife crisis, I don't want to diminish that it's been very valid and it's not that cliche, but there has been like a midlife crisis energy for the divine masculines where they've freed themselves and then jumped into the taboo, whatever it was that they thought they were missing out on by putting themselves down the pecking order. They went for it gung-ho, full force, and a lot of them have realized that they have never been further from love. You know, the worldly pursuits, they got really deep into it. And this is rock bottom in the physical world. So this is where they're at regarding intimacy, safety in intimacy. Let's pull some cards for clarification. So emotionally, the Four of Wands. What else can we see here? The Hermit. Yeah, they are at the door of the deep within, looking for this internal. Oh, you know, they're not looking externally. I just got that they are at the door, ready to go into exploration of this inner foundation. I'm being told to get a Starseed Oracle for this. So what can we know about safety in intimacy for the divine masculines on the emotional level and the hermitage? Yeah, ancestry, courage, wisdom, and empathy. Oh, those are meaty words, because when we're looking at the integrity within, the emotional integrity, meaning alignment with what the emotions are speaking of, we do have a generational nod here with ancestry. So divine masculines are seeing the connectivity between the emotional responses and misconceptions, the foundation, the good, the bad, and the ugly, relating to their family tree, what they've seen modeled, what was lacking, all of that. They're seeing it within them. I get this feeling that they are surpassing their fathers and mothers regarding what the themes of relationship and love and connectivity can be in their lives. This is taking courage. They are developing a connection with their own wisdom, and the emotions definitely point us in the direction we need to go. Our heart, right? Our heart knows the way, go in that direction. And empathy, so there's forgiveness. Empathy breeds compassion and forgiveness. It releases from things not meant for us, that we haven't been able to manufacture into what we want. You know, we have expectations of what it should look like, and then we go out there and we try to make that happen. But empathy, when we really get our empathic mojo going, we see that it's the vibe we're after, not the container, not the image. So divine masculines are really releasing anything that has not resulted in the alignment with what they've really been seeking. They're kind of letting go of the superficiality here. True wisdom will do that. Okay, let's see what that means for you, divine feminines. So what is it, divine feminines, that they would say to you about this Four of Wands? Time to ground yourself in the reverse. So they are grounding this. Yeah, the divine masculines are literally seeing the value in going into hermit mode and anchoring this wisdom about true integrity, true core foundation, true heart-based alignment in their lives. They're desiring the real thing. Divine masculines are wanting to connect with emotionally things that are a fit, that they are worthy of. We just saw yesterday's reading that the divine masculines now believe that they are worthy of love, feeling good. And I'm getting that here as well. It's like they're not wanting to put themselves up against opposition because it looks like it should result in their dream life with certain people, with certain experiences. They're now understanding that it has to connect with that purity within and the spiritual knowing, the emotional equilibrium. It has to come from that place. It can't be, that can't be found if it didn't exist in what they've been pursuing. They are definitely maturing into wanting true safety and intimacy. If that core alignment isn't there, it's not going to be manipulated into being there. Okay, 5 of coins. This is on the conscious mind. Let's get some clarification on the 5 of coins regarding safety in intimacy. What can we see here? 6 of air. This is progress. So the divine masculines know that in order to have progress, they really need to take a deep conscious look at intentions and motives and, you know, free from expectation. We've seen that card that keeps coming out for the divine feminines regarding neutrality, and I think that is in the 5D getting through to the divine masculines, that divine feminines are willing to take it or leave it. And because there's such a soul connection between divine masculines and feminines, I also see that neutrality here, where they are not wanting to be lonely within situations that look the part anymore. They're not willing to create an image anymore. They want the real deal. They want to figure out how to access true progress, true success. Okay, what would they say? What is the energetic card here? What else can we see? Yeah, contemplation and higher mind, communion. They are desiring true communion. This is a card of separation and isolation, being left out in the cold. They're tired of being lonely within situations that they've manufactured to look like they've never been happier, to look like they've got it all figured out, to look perfect on the outside. They are really going into the higher mind, and this is beautiful because this is on the mind space, and they are contemplating where they can find true communion. There's no true communion like that of the connection with twins. And so I just heard they're starting to turn back around. They're starting to come in from the egoic idea that because they want something, they can make it happen. That's a little bit of a stoic energy too, because it can be that, you know, when somebody's very loving, there's a bit of an egoic arrogance that thinks that they could have success no matter where they attempt this. So like a karmic situation, a connection that is in their life that's already there. The divine masculines have tried to give that their best shot by sticking it through, hoping it will result into success, or that something non-committal will result in something more long-standing. It doesn't work that way, and they're starting to realize that there needs to be a foundation of true connectivity, and that's the only hope. That's the only hope, the only chance. Beyond hope, it is the only way. And so there is a desire for true communion. What would they say to you here? So this is, you know, when we're looking at safety and intimacy, they're realizing they can't find connection in things that don't energetically allow for that. I hope you'll wait for me. Came out in the reverse. So I would say that's a developmental stage here, where they're coming to it. They're starting to see that they desire the real thing, and they have an inkling that you might be that. like it's kind of dawning on them that they've already met you, but there's this idea of, has it been too late? Do they come forward to you this way after all this time? Or do they let you keep going to meet somebody else that's going to be better for you because they're suddenly feeling far behind you in this developmental curve as they see what you've been talking about and what you've been saying, divine feminines? I do feel like the divine masculines are wondering if they've missed the boat. That does seem to lend itself to this rock bottom energy in their physical world, this wallowing. So let's see, safety and intimacy. So there is a little bit of a pity party still going on, and I don't want to make that sound ignorant. Divine masculines that may be watching, we do have to get to this rock bottom energy with our mindset in order to say, I'm done with the BS. And I want to pick up the pieces. I want love to feel good. I want to go forward to this blessing from heaven, my divine feminine. So divine masculines watching, it's not that you're outside of the loop. Like, this is like, amen, hallelujah, you've made it to humility. And it's not eating crow, saving face, backtracking. You just got to this place authentically. That's incredible. So don't feel foolish that you weren't there before. Don't feel foolish that you'll have to, put your ego down and say, well, actually, on second thought, you're perfect for me, divine feminine. Like, what was I thinking? I just want to say, for divine masculines watching, if you're in this place where you feel it would be embarrassing to come forward and say, I was a total buffoon and you've been right in front of me this whole time and I didn't choose you and I'm sorry and I want to now, I'm crying. Do you know how amazing that would be for all of your divine feminines, divine masculines, to hear you say that you've seen the light and that you're ready for love to feel good? Like, heck yeah, divine masculines. Don't delude yourself that that would be inappropriate for you to give it that shot. I would say that's what every single divine feminine would be waiting for. In that aspect that that they might be waiting for you, that you're uncertain about. Your mind is playing tricks on you right now. Don't believe everything you think, divine masculines. But let's get some more clarification here. We got a few. Yeah, King of Pentacles, we're getting commitment energy. King of Water, this is the emotional outpour. Ten of Earth, this is the long-term abundance legacy. And Eight of Water, this is walking away. This is, I just said, the divine masculines wonder if this ship has sailed. Now that they're coming to terms with what is available here, they are wondering if the ship has sailed. This is that don't go, but I don't blame you if you are energy. Because divine masculines, right now you've got a necessary bad attitude. This is the humbling. This is the stick, the straw that broke the camel's back. You can only keep going down a one-way track for so long before it hits you smack head on that you've gotten down the wrong route. And now all of a sudden we see commitment, and emotion. Two kings here. King of Earth is commitment. It doesn't have to be the old school way of doing things. You can blend tradition and wisdom and get the best of both worlds here, divine masculine. Your emotions have been trying to tell you about this connection all along. It does hold the key for long-term abundance and legacy. However, your ego, your pride, your stubborn energy is still playing tricks with you here. Soften. Allow this to show you that you are ready for true connectivity and true commitment. Safety and intimacy is one of the things that holds us back from truly committing is because we don't feel safe. So it's all this overthinking, left for dead, bleeding out, woe is me energy. I'm not lovable, I'm not worthy, I've screwed up too much in my life, how could I come back from this, how could I repair it? All of that stuff is clouding your judgment. And yes, you know on your heart space, because the heart doesn't lie, that these connections do afford you the real deal, divine masculine. So what would divine masculine say to their divine feminine about this? No, I miss you, do you? So, you know, take a cue that if you're missing somebody, that means it's unfinished business. We can sometimes have closure in the 5D or in our own right, but on these twin journeys, for whatever is playing out in the cosmos, this missing energy is really a light in the fog. So divine masculines watching, divine feminines, if you still have this, you know, I just heard melancholy heart for your person, chances are it is unfinished business. I'm going to get some advice really quick for the divine masculines here in this energy of 10 of Swords, because I do feel there's going to be some divine masculines watching. Oh yeah, that's right, we were going to pull the next set of cards. What energy is the divine masculine collective moving into? So we are getting 3 of Swords, so this is the heartache, where we really let it impress upon us the third energy is not productive. The third energy, that other choice, the alternative to, let's say, the twin connection, because this is the matter of heart. And so we are looking at divine connection. So divine masculine, the 3 of Swords has to do with our thoughts. Each sword represents something. Your truth is one of the swords. Your heart's truth, divine masculine, is one of the swords causing pain here, because you've been deviating from your higher desire. The truth, you have been choosing to serve 2 realities within you, a rebellious path and a holy path, a perfected path. And you've been learning, you've been sharpening your truth all along. But one of those swords represents your truth. One of them represents the one-way street that you've been learning for yourself is not the highest truth. And then the other is your connection with your divine feminine, and whether you know how much pain your feminine has been transmuting without you or not, energetically, that third sword is the inconvenient truth that there's pain in your connection with your twin. So these 3 swords, this is what the divine masculines are really coming into the understanding of, how to extract those painful bits from the heart and reclaim true intimacy here. Oh, on the mind space, there's a recognition of true nurture, Queen of Pentacles. This is seeing you, divine feminine, as the real deal. And in the physical, the Chariot moving forward out of this. Look at that, going from drowning to having a couple of pike pulling a boat. That's pretty magical. Divine masculines, look what you can do. That's rad. You go from feeling like you need to be rescued and you're left for dead to, in an instant, not only walking on water, but somehow pulling a dragon-headed boat with a shield and a sword and a superhero cape and harnessing nature to pull you forward. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm kidding around, but those energies are incredible. So divine masculines, 3 of Swords here. Let's see what else we can get. What is coming up? What is the epiphany regarding safety and intimacy that the divine masculines are going to realize? The destined path and the Tower. So we are at the crossroads. If these are the 2 masters that the divine masculines have been heartbroken regarding, you know, the fork in the road, the old foundations are getting a tower, and the destined path is coming back into sight. So divine masculines, you are right where you're meant to be, processing emotionally. Let's get a card of clarification, Starseed. What else can we see energetically for divine masculines? Leaving the known world and aligning with destiny. Heartwave resonator, ecstasy, rapture, flux, and amplification. Rapture includes you taking it higher. You're coming out of the 3D into the 5D. We saw the 5D assessment of energy and what things look like truly under the surface. So you are getting the solution to your heartache here emotionally is just, you know, believing that the higher exists and choosing it. This is a free will choice, and your emotions point you in that direction. Let's see what you would say to your feminine regarding this direction you're going to heal the heartache. We are getting wait. Oh, some more of that. Will you wait? Will you be better off without me? Just stay with the process. Love yourself and know you're worthy of great love, divine masculine. And these connections are not in your head. So yeah, your feminine will be available for a conversation when you've come through it, and when you're sure. You'll be surprised at how receptive your feminine actually will be. Okay, Queen of Coins, your divine feminine, divine masculine. So recognition, and the Empress. Not only is this your Queen of Coins, but this is the Queen of all queens. The Queen of all everything, divine masculine. Ta-da! So you have to be it to align with it. The Empress is next level abundance. It's not just for show. It's not just superficial. It's not the image. It's not the thing you get when you're aligned with the mask. Oh wow, I just was shown, see this filigree? This could be considered a mask of sorts, and she came out in the reverse, and I'm getting the feeling like the mask is just falling off. The gravity of your connection with your Queen of Wands is causing this mask to just drop off, and you align with true abundance. So divine masculines are letting nature take its course and show them that what is not sticking in their life, karmic situations that they've tried tooth and nail to cling on to make work, to find success in, to manufacture because they wanted to, because it looked good. They're realizing those things take too much work, too much effing work, I just heard. And because the heart isn't in it, it's just too much effing work. Pardon me, everyone, but that's what I'm getting. Divine masculines are at their wits' end with trying to make things work, no matter how good it looks. It's messed up stuff I'm hearing. So divine masculines are realizing that the straight and narrow, the true connection, the nurture they felt with you, the soul level home, is better than the appearance of the 3D image that they've wanted to be seen as aligned with. I never swear, but I'm hearing fake ass shit. That's all I'm hearing in my mind right now, so I've got to say it out loud, keeping it real. Divine masculines are done with the fake ass shit. Okay, let's get an energy. So true safety and intimacy, they're willing to risk all of their ego for the real deal. So let's see, what are we getting? Temple of celestial revelation, truth, salvation, majesty, and angelic assistance. So they are coming to the truth. And with angelic assistance, they are really understanding. I'm hearing again, you are an earth angel. You are a gift from the divine. This has been divinely guided. It makes no sense if not in that context. That you showed up when they manifested wanting the real thing. They just weren't there yet to embrace you as the real thing. But part of the journey of being accountable and a match for the real thing has been this twin journey. So it has been its own qualifying motion. Divine masculines wanted you, you met, and then the qualifying motion happens. So divine masculines, yeah, you manifested your divine feminine, but you weren't a match yet. And so all of the things that you've been exploring have been putting you into the revelation of what is your truth, and so that you will have no uncertainty. There will be no competition for the level of true intimacy you can have with a perfect match. And it looks like you're becoming ready for it. So what would divine masculine say? Do you think about me too? And it fell right on the weight. So divine masculines, reach out and talk to your divine feminine. Let them in on this. You know, as soon as you're sure about things like that, that's when it's appropriate to communicate. Just saying. You don't have to know what that means. You don't have to rush into something, but we do have the Chariot, so maybe you want to, and maybe that's the pressure you're putting on yourself, divine masculine. However, it looks like you're ready to go for it in the future when you pick yourself up out from drowning. So the Chariot, the sun, yeah, what moves the Chariot forward? Then the sun, the enlightenment. That's really beautiful. So you're getting there, divine masculines. Like, again, hallelujah. Okay, what energetic information can we see? What can we see for divine masculines? Cellular light, simplicity. Yeah, what could be more amazing than anchoring divine masculine sun energy into every cell of your body? This is the enlightenment. This is the surety. This is the operating program going from 3D to enlightened in every cell of your body. When you say, I am sure that I want the real thing, every single light turns on. Every single cell turns on in the name of love. Oh my gosh, that's what moves this forward. Divine masculines, it's you having gone down every pathway in the world that has been touted as promising success. And yet you tried all those suggestions, you tried all those imprintings, you tried all of those ways, and nothing compared to this divine love. And the second you say, there is nothing better than my divine feminine for me, there is no better match, and I'm ready, it's like I'm hearing all the lights of your DNA turning on and accessing this love. In the context of relationship, you may have already had a certain degree of this in your own right. Most of the twins have. This is applicable to safety in intimacy, so connection with another soul in human body. And that is the difference here. In no shape or form, I want to differentiate that for everyone, that I see the twins as highly enlightened in their own right. But adding another human being into the mix with free will, that is the mastery level that is found through the twin flame dynamic, and what the masculines have been holding at arm's length because of impeccable high standards and boundaries, and not wanting to commit to things that were not justified. And that's interesting, because I'm hearing a lot of the divine feminine saying, but they committed to the karmic situation or the way of life really easily. Not in their heart of hearts. There is such a difference. Yes, they committed to seeing how those things played out, but in their heart of hearts, they would never have had space for your connection if that was the gospel truth, that they were truly committed to other things. So just saying. Now, what is it that they would say to you? I just dream and wish for everything. So they are abundant minded, but divine masculines, I'm going to get another one. Another card here. Divine masculines, what is it that you could also say here? How can we blend this energy? I just want you all the time, and you are my everything. In the reverse, that's a card of codependency. Nobody is our idol, is our everything. That's unhealthy. So, you know, they're coming to terms with the fact that they have never felt so, I heard monogamous for someone, and that freaks the heck out of them. but they don't want to make you their everything. They want to just explore this infinite connection. And they just dream and wish for everything. Okay, so I'm going to interpret this. I used to say this was they're keeping the options open, but now I'm literally being corrected, and I'm being told this means they wish for everything with you now. Oh yeah, safety and intimacy. True safety and intimacy only comes when it's mutual, that both parties want to be infinite with the darn thing. So divine masculines are wanting to get infinite with you. Oh, that's so cute. That's adorable. So, a new saying for those who stuck with this reading till the end. Pop it in the comments below if you want to get infinite with your divine counterpart. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because that's a really long, entailed reading. And we'll see what else I post today. I would like to do sacred sexuality for the divine masculines, and then one for each divine or safety and intimacy and sacred sexuality for both, for the divine feminines. So I may do those tomorrow. I don't usually do readings on the weekend, but I'm feeling to really go beautifully deep into these two themes. I'm sure that the collective is here because it's all I can think about for the last couple of days. And coming out of the maze. We're coming out of the maze, I'm feeling. Much love. Bye for now.